Hello and welcome to yet another victorious episode of Roar Time. I'm the mere voice in the wind, the whisper in the jungle, Dr. Love, Eric Fowler out here in the streets, and right here, right to my right, this guy needs no introduction, but I'm going to give it anyway. The winningest coach in the NAL who stomped all over the Jacksonville Sharks. Yeah, I said it. Coach Jason Gibson.
What's going on, man?
Coach, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
How does it feel, Coach? I mean, again, we labeled this year, going into this season, the year of redemption. And I know we're not there yet because what I consider redemption is not just the Jacksonville Sharks.
Right.
I consider redemption us having that trophy yet again in our case. But this has to be a sweet victory, Coach.
Man, it feels good to win, be 2-0. I mean, yeah, it's against Jacksonville, but they're not. I'm always competing against ourselves.
Exactly.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I mean, last year was last year. It's not a big deal to me. Yeah. To be honest with you, just another win, just another team.
There you go.
It doesn't really matter who it is. I'm always trying to strive at how to make us better, and we're always competing against us. Because no matter what league, no matter what year, we're always going to be in the mix.
That's right. That's right.
And it's just another team in the way, and that's the way I look at it. So I mean, it's not like, I didn't wake up and go to church Sunday morning like, oh wow, I beat Jacksonville. I could care less. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry.
No, hey, I mean, you can't argue with that. You can't argue. I will say that. There was a little whisper in the wind somewhere right around the third quarter that indicated that Jacksonville was overrated. I'm just saying.
I heard that once or twice.
You heard that once or twice? Okay. Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the game. It was a very high-spirited game.
It was.
From the very jump, right off at the kickoff. And they came with a little bit of a game plan. I mean, they did a little trickery right at kickoff.
Yeah, I think that was an accident, the onside. Well, they do a lot of onside kicks.
Okay.
So, it's whatever. I mean, it's not the old AFL, but, we practiced it all week long. We knew they were going to onside kick it 2 or 3 times throughout the game, or at least try.
Exactly.
And the problem is not them. The problem is us. That's 2 games in a row now that we've had onside kicks against us. For some reason, I got receivers up there on the front line. They can't handle the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's something I got to practice because we're pretty bad at it. I think on stats we're 100% giving up onside kicks.
Wow.
And that's not good.
That's not good.
No.
That's not good.
But yeah, it was a little trickeration. It set the tone early because it was almost here we go.
Yeah.
But it ended pretty good for us.
It did.
On that drive because I think Griswold had a pick.
Yeah, he did.
One of his first of his 2.
Exactly. And those guys, Kyle Griswold, the usual suspects, Larry Edwards, all over the field, just completely all over the field.
I gotta give. I like Jeremiah Price. Jeremiah, he's a true pro, great guy, best defensive lineman in the country. How's he still in Jacksonville, not in the league? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's that good, and he's a pro. Derek Ross is a pro. Those guys are pros. And they're good, and their D-line's real good, and we were having trouble blocking them, and they know it. They're really good. But our defense is pretty good.
Oh, our defense is monstrous.
Our defense is pretty good. Stats don't lie.
They don't lie. Well, a very emotional game from beginning to end. Very physical, extremely physical game. Very emotional game, and I think it just kind of showed that. And in fact, it was Military Appreciation Night of all nights. I don't think we could have had a better turnout or a better game for Military Appreciation Night.
That's the team you want to do it against, just because of the energy in the building and the amount of people and all the things that good. Of course, shout out to USAA and Liberty Utilities for helping put that game on and getting the soldiers out there and all the people that support it. And there was a lot of people out there that helped out with buses and tickets and of course the jersey auction at the end, which we'll talk about. And
exactly.
Just USAA does so much for those guys, so I appreciate it. But it was great energy. There was a lot of chipping around. I can tell you this. Our defense is pretty good, and you got to have guys. You got to have guys on your team that got a little bit of a dog in them.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
You got to have guys on your team that you don't want to see out in the back alley, after dark.
Absolutely.
You have to. Everybody does.
That's
And you
right.
can't have a bunch of nice guys. So defense is pretty good, and I think the challenge keeps going. The challenge will keep going. But what Columbus has always been known for, forever since I've been here, is they're going to smack you in the mouth. They're going to play good defense. Even in the championship game last year. Excuse me. 27-21.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to smack you around now.
That's right.
And they do a good job of it. So, I mean, it was a little chippy in the first quarter, and it was going back and forth, and players, and John, and trapping. And, my thing is, we didn't have that problem the week before.
Correct.
And all of a sudden, this team comes in, and now there's all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
So what's the variable?
That's right.
Just from an outsider looking in, but it was good. It was a tough first half, and we jumped up 14-0, and I don't think we ever looked back.
We did. I don't think they even. Well, they came close. Probably right around the third quarter, that kind of gave us a little scare.
They took the lead for one series.
That's right. And but beyond that, we got back into motion. Those cats like Jamar and Fortune. I mean, when you look at just overall in terms of Espinosa's, his completion, 18 for 27, 225 yards, 5 TDs.
No
interceptions.
It's funny. All these critics that have been hounding him. He had 2 bad quarters. I've said this before. His passer efficiency rating is higher than anybody in the league.
Absolutely.
He's almost 70% completion. He's thrown 1 pick since that 2-quarter debacle opening game last year. 1.
Just 1. Yeah. It's amazing how those kind of situations tend to overshadow.
It's like anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, we got local media ain't covered us a day in the entire year.
Wow.
As soon as there's something bad happens, it's front page cover.
That's right.
But they didn't cover us when we went to Smith Station Soccer and did a $1,200 check.
Yeah.
They didn't cover them when they went to the Boys and Girls Club.
That's right.
But that's
Oh, when we went to launch.
when we went to launch with all the kids gave out the tickets. Nobody wants to cover that.
That's right.
So that's another whole story. But yeah, I mean, those guys are playing well. Fortson played well. Deron Neal could have done anything he wanted to.
That's right.
He was having a great game. I mean, what makes Jacksonville so good is their D-line is that good. I'll give credit where credit is due. Their D-line is that good.
Yeah.
And their DBs know it. Man, I can play DB with that defensive line because you ain't got to cover nobody for about 2 seconds if you're lucky.
There you go. Yeah.
And so without that defensive front, they could struggle. I think they've given them the most points in the league defensively.
Wow.
Which is shocking because the D-line's that good.
They're that good. Yeah.
They are.
Let's run through the numbers right quick. Jamar and Fortson, 93 yards, 3 touchdowns. Deron Neal, 88 yards, 1 TD. Tristan Purifoy, 44 yards, 1 TD. I mean,
3 amigos, man.
come on.
3 amigos.
Come on.
Them guys get after it. Year in and year out. They're the best in the league to me. And we're 1 or 2 small pieces away. I can tell you, Quavon Hicks plays in that game. It's a different story.
Oh, it is, and it is a much different story. Because that guy is he's
a weapon.
He's scrappy.
He's scrappy. We had to play Ryan Schmidt at fullback, who's never played fullback a day in his life. Yeah. I thought, considering he's playing again the best D-line in the league as far as guys getting after it, because those guys do. Nothing taken away from our guys. Our guys are just young right now. We're going to be there. I've got the talent.
Yeah.
On our D-line, but they've got 1 game underneath their belt.
There you go.
Or 2 now. These guys got 7, 8, 9 seasons underneath their belt. So my D-line's getting there, and they're good. But I forgot what I was going to say. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, Coach, it was definitely a high-spirited game. Needless to say, Columbus, the Tri-City area, came out in masses.
It was a good crowd.
It was very good. And, Coach, I want to thank you, man, for leading the Lions Walk.
Yeah, where were you?
I was doing mic check, and the next thing I know, it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm told Because the Lions are already out here. Coaching is already out here. And next thing I know, man, the Lions walk is going on without me. But you held it down like a pro.
And sometimes you got to,
And I appreciate you doing that, Coach.
No worries.
But it was awesome. It was awesome. Great crowd impact, military appreciation night. Coach, it was smash mouth football at its finest.
It got a little chippy right there before halftime.
It did do. It did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the officials, I thought the officials did as good a job as they could.
Plenty of flag play going on.
Yeah, and sometimes that slows the gameplay. I mean, at some point, you just got to throw a flag again and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Too much talking. If you throw a flag for unsportsmanlike, and you know who it is, make the announcement, pick up the flags, put the spot in the ball, and let's play another down.
That's right.
It's too much talking, too much dead time. I thought the first half flowed pretty good, but then I think once we got into the second half, it dragged a little bit. That game was 3 hours and 15 minutes. It doesn't need to be 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Very long game.
Right.
And the fact that, with the unsportsmanlike calls, a lot of the threatening from the refs, one guy actually got thrown out from Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was Marvin Ross. And, Marvin played for us. I mean, they were down there chirping, and they'd all been chirping all game long. I guess the officials had enough of it. So at some point you had to put your foot down. But, once he got ejected, which is the point of the story, everything kind of slowed down. As far as the chirping. But, you just like anything else, you let your kids keep acting bad the whole time. They're going to keep doing it until you put your hands on them.
There you go.
That'll straighten up real quick.
Well, Coach, in the area of third down conversions, I think is where we may, of course, have some process improvement. We were 0 for 5.
Yeah, it's not good. Surprised we won the game going 0 for 5 on third downs.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. It's something we're going to have to correct. But then again, that was the situation they were getting us in. I mean, we have a new center, a new fullback, and we're trying to make all this work. Hicks is out.
Yeah.
And to be able to go in there and pull that game says a lot about those players on our team.
Exactly.
Being able to adapt to a situation. And Ronnie Barrow at center and Ryan Schmidt at fullback, just the way they stepped up. We started almost 3 new players at 3 new positions against that D-line.
Yeah.
And they held them down.
They
so
did.
As much as I'm sitting there saying how good that D-line is, let's talk about how good that offensive line is.
That's right.
Because Nate Isles had a great game for a first game he's ever played in Arena. And then, of course, Deion Small had a great game. Ronnie at center and Ryan Schmidt at fullback. I mean, they did a great job, and that was their first game together. Are you kidding me?
And you talk about chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, just those guys. I said it week 1 after we beat Lehigh. I'm going to say it again, and this may be a reoccurring theme. I like the personalities of the players we have on our team.
And that's huge, Coach.
They want to practice. They want to do the right thing. Just all the way around, top to bottom. We don't have any punks on the team. We don't have any guys doing things they're not supposed to be doing.
That's right. Crying about.
At least not that I know of.
That's right.
But it's just a good group of professional guys that want to go to work every day.
That's awesome.
And it's already week 2. Usually there's a huge turnover. And I'm sitting there in a situation, uncharted territory that I've never been in before. Because usually we turn the roster over so much until I like this guy, I don't like this guy. I like this guy, I don't like this guy, playing-wise.
Yeah.
Until we mold the team that we want that gives us a playoff push.
Exactly.
I may have that team now. We just got to keep getting better. So I don't know yet. We'll see. But time will tell.
That's right. Well, Lion Nation, stay glued to your seats. We'll be right back with more information right here with your head coach and director of operations, Jason Gibson, right here back at you with more Roar Time. Stay tuned.
USAA gives me the peace of mind and the security just like the Marines did. At one point I did change to a different company with car insurance and I was not happy with the customer service. We have switched back over and we feel like we're back home now. We're the Williams family and we're USAA members for life.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back to Roar Time. I'm that whisper in the wind, in the jungle, that is. Dr. Love on the mic, Eric Fowler out here in the streets. Dr. Jason Gibson. New title you got there, Coach.
Haven't earned it.
You haven't earned it yet?
I haven't earned it.
I'll take it back. We'll get it. We'll give it to you when it's due. How about that?
I'm Dr. Daddy.
Dr. Daddy.
I've earned that one.
Yes, that you've earned.
I've earned that one.
Earned that well. Had a chance to meet your little guys too, by the way, man.
Are you okay? Okay.
A lot of fun.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy. Where did you get it from? That's awesome. This guy right here. Coach, let's get back into some game time activity with the Jacksonville Sharks. Shark Stew, that is, in Lion Nation talk. But third half antics. We had a pretty interesting 3rd and 30 situation. Let's talk about that.
Well, the game went back and forth. There was a lot of scoring in the third quarter. Game was going back and forth. And then we got the ball at about maybe the 7 or 8 minute mark. And we kept going backwards. We kept getting penalties, false starts, I think a holding penalty. I don't know what it was, but I turned around and we had the ball on our own 5-yard line. Well, here's what's cool. So every time there's a penalty, so we ran a play on 1st and 10 and there was a holding penalty. So the officials stopped the clock. They marked the ball back 10 yards. And then it's arena football, the clock runs.
Yeah.
Well, we must have had 4 penalties. We were still on 1st down, and we'd gone backwards like 4 times. Well, we ran off 4 minutes on the game clock. So really, it worked in our favor. It actually gave me an idea for a new strategy, but I'll keep that a secret down the road. But it was actually crazy how it worked out. But so it's 3rd and 30 on our own 5-yard line. I'm thinking, oh man, if I got to kick another field goal from our 5-yard line, it's going to get blocked. You know, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And Mason stood in the pocket, made a great throw to Tristan Purifoy, not for the 30, but for about 20 yards.
That's right.
That at least gave me a chance to make a decision on 4th down. That's part of that 3rd and 30 is part of those 0 for 5s.
Exactly. Okay.
But so it was 4th and 7, I think, and I'd just rather go for it.
Yeah.
Fortson made a great catch.
Yeah, he did.
And so we converted a 3rd and 30, and I'm thinking, holy cow, I would be furious if it was against me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Livid.
Well, that just kind of goes to showing the level of strength in our organization. I mean, that we can bounce back from what appears to be adversity. Let that be a message to your kids. You can basically get over anything. And in this case, in that scenario, we did just that.
Right.
We did just that. I tell you, I can't get over Jamar Fortson, man, and the fact that he has probably got one of the best stiff arms I have ever seen.
His stiff arm's so good, the officials are throwing flags on him now.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, he'll knock you on your butt
Oh,
now,
man.
and he wants it too.
Yes, he does.
And he, he's one of those guys got a little dog in him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Made some
So,
tremendous catches over the
over the
pylon,
wall.
over the wall. I mean,
He's pretty good.
absolutely.
He's pretty good.
Indeed.
So,
yeah.
it was a great. I think we finished out. The game was really 51-35.
It was.
They got a late touchdown.
They did. We scored 20 points in the third quarter. He scored 14. Even going into the fourth quarter, we 7 points, them 6. So you're right. It really was. It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been.
Could have been a lot
Well,
worse.
and they get the onside kick, and it's always ifs and buts and things like that here and there. So, but we're not turning the ball. Didn't turn the ball over much, except I'll tell you what was fun. That's the first time I've ever seen the ball go off the goalpost.
Yeah.
And it be live. That's a new rule in the league. That was fun because the ball hit the goalpost, and everybody's standing there, and everybody goes, "It's live. Go get
That's
it."
right. That's right. Yeah.
So
okay, new rule it is.
That was fun.
Okay. Hey.
And got to use our first replay thanks to CTV Beam
Exactly. That was
for
impressive.
for a great production. Being able to have the availability to replay for the officials, it was an important call.
Yeah.
It was a touchdown in the back of our end
It
zone.
was, correct.
That turned out to be the right call, which is good. That's how you want it to be.
There you go.
And then they finished out the game. I think they got another onside kick, didn't they? They did.
They did. No,
Jeez,
yes.
I mean, killing onside kicks they're going to get.
Yeah.
But it kind of kept it close, and good for us. Yay for the Lions.
There you go. Good win for the Lions. Final score, 51-41. Your Lions over the Jacksonville Sharks. Well, Coach, we've got a bye week. So how do you spend your time right now preparation, because the next game is May 6th against Massachusetts.
Massachusetts Pirates.
Yeah, we've never played this group before. This is a
Good
new
team.
one. Yeah.
They beat Jacksonville as well at home,
Yeah.
at Jacksonville. So it's going to be an exciting game. New team, excited to go up there to Boston and see what's going on up there.
Beantown. Absolutely.
Yep.
It should be a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fun. So, they got a game this week. See how it turns out for them. I mean, I'm assuming they'll probably be 3-1 going into the game. So it'll be a good matchup, good place. It's a pivotal game for us because you're going on a stretch. Well, every game in the league this year's tough.
Yeah.
No matter, every time you look at, I got Mass this week. Oh, I got Jacksonville this week. Oh, I've got, Carolina this week. So that's what's good for the league.
Correct.
You know, but that'll be a tough game. And we go up and win our first road trip on the road against a good team. That puts us where we need to be.
Exactly.
And so I'm excited.
We should be excited. And Lion Nation, you should be excited as well. Your strength of support in this season, just in these 2 games alone, I mean, capacity crowd against Jacksonville, close to 5,700 people.
Yeah, there's a lot of tickets out. Not sure how many tickets were in the building.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of tickets out, and that's good. Our attendance the first 2 games has already surpassed our total attendance from last year.
That's impressive.
So it's good. It's good. Columbus is doing good. Phoenix City, Smith Station, Harris County, all the outskirts cities, coming out supporting the team. But we got good players, and it's a good product.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And it's crazy. This is year 12, and I think that we get a little spoiled sometimes. Sometimes you get so used to winning. You know?
Exactly.
Sure, it beats me sitting there saying we get used to you losing.
Losing.
But if I was doing that, then I probably wouldn't be here. I'd be
That
fired.
would be an exciting Roar Time show.
Yeah, I'd be fired. So, it'd be a running joke. So, I mean, it's coming eventually one day, I'm sure.
Well, we won't talk against it right now. I'm a firm believer. We have the power of life and death in our tongues. Coach, we're winners, man.
Yes, we are.
We're winners, Coach. I don't care what you say. We're winners. Lion Nation, we appreciate your support. Fan support is so essential. But, Coach, speaking of which, we need to get into some sponsorships right here. Talk to us.
George Girls Gourmet Dogs.
Hey, eat them up.
Love that place. Natalie and those girls down there. Favorite eating spot of the Columbus Lions and staff. They love feeding the Lions. Home of the Lions Big Dog. They're located in the corner of 8th and Veterans Parkway, Monday through Friday, 11 to 5. Sprague Supply, longtime sponsor. They sponsor the Catch of the Game each week on CTV Beam. They got 3 locations in Columbus, Alexander Street, Phoenix City, on Highway 280 Bypass, and Opelika Road in Auburn. Motors Acceptance Corporation. I saw their dasher in the game.
Huge.
On TV. That was
Very
pretty cool. Are you trapped in a title loan? Lower your interest rates and get up to $1,000 in cash from Motor Acceptance Corp. in Columbus, GA. Just give us a call, 1-800-NEW-RATE, and lower your payments today. Texas Roadhouse.
Good place to eat.
Home of the fall off the bone ribs, hearty, hand-cut steaks, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas at 2970 North Lake, a favorite eating spot of the Lions. Overby Company and Shred Away. Shred Away documents and shredding storage. Protect your business the best way. And Midas of Columbus. Every touchdown is a Midas of Columbus touchdown.
Yes.
Trust the Midas touch. I'm actually going to go see those guys this week to have them work on my truck.
All right.
So I love those guys. Air Force Reserve sponsors the Defensive Player of the Week and Pass the Pigskin along with Nukes and Players, Restaurant, Billiards. Players, Restaurant, and Billiards, and Locals Bar and Grill. Each game, fans cast their ballots at the Lions Fan Center to win lunch at Players on 54th Street. It's a great place to hang out if you haven't a chance to go there. It's definitely a local favorite of the Columbus Lions. And, of course, we did hit our promotion for Domino's.
Yes, we did.
It's, make sure it's correction, there's no more Cinnasticks.
No more
it's Cinnabread, but there's 3 options.
There you go.
So it's 2 weeks in a row we hit our sponsorship with Domino's. And every Monday, don't forget fans to take your tickets
there you go.
there to get it. We also got a great sponsor with Popeyes. Players are killing it. The Popeyes on River Road. Their staff is so good and they're so nice and they take care of the players, but also we're running a promotion and we didn't get it this week, Lindsay Wolf. If you hit a deuce, you get free apple pie with any combo from the 2 location Popeyes here in Columbus and the Popeyes location
got to work on that, Lindsay.
in Auburn. So great food. The combo packs are great. The chicken fingers are great. The staff is great. The ownership is great. The store is clean.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I'm a clean freak when I go to restaurants.
Oh, you have to be. Because that impression, as soon as you hit the door, if it's not a clean atmosphere.
Yeah, and they've done a good job on River Road.
Yeah.
Every time I walk in there, somebody's cleaning something.
Exactly.
And I love that. So they've done a good job. And then also, and we're going to talk about the medical in a minute. So, yeah, those two guys are getting it done. And Firehouse Subs, friend of mine, Johnny Griggs, over in Phoenix City.
Great subs.
Great subs.
Yes.
Yes, they are. They got location up there at Veterans in North Columbus. They just put up some stuff. So, and of course, the Metro PCS Challenge.
Oh, that's impressive.
How many did he make? Did anybody?
I didn't get a count.
You didn't get a count?
I didn't get a count.
But that was a pretty good promotion. You got to love Metro PCS. They're the official wireless provider of the Columbus Lines.
Yes.
So if you need help with cell phones and make sure you visit all their locations here in Columbus. I know there's one right by my house on Stadium Drive. So I see it every day, and you can see their dash here on TV. So definitely make a visit and support our sponsors if we want to support them.
Absolutely.
All
the time.
And Metro PCS is one of them, and love those guys, and they're doing it right. They love supporting the community.
That's important.
And it's different. Some sponsors call because they want the advertisements, and I understand that. And we do the same when we have to advertise for the Lions. And some of them do it because they want to make Columbus a better place. Metro PCS wants to make Columbus a better place.
And that's essential.
Yep.
And in fact, Lion Nation, you need to continue to support these sponsors.
Definitely.
Because they are our homegrown, many of them homegrown entities and businesses right here within this Tri-City area. So it's just wise to continue to give back to those who are supporting Lion Nation. I think it goes without saying. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the injury report. Who's still on that thing? The sick and shut-in list, as we call it, for those of you who are familiar with that terminology.
Well, right now, still on the report from Houston Clinic, which is our official medical provider.
Correct.
Dr. Garinger and Andy Grubbs and Mackenzie Wakefield and everybody out there at Houston Clinic does a great job, and they really keep us on the field. So, Ken Washington's still out. He's out for the year with the Achilles. Marte Sears is out with a torn ACL. He's out. Ryan Schmidt had to get an x-ray this week for a foot. I think Larry Edwards had to get an x-ray this week. Tristan Purefoy had to get an x-ray this week. A lot of stuff just minor. I think it's precautionary stuff, just some nicks and bruises. Quavon Hicks is cleared. He'll be good back. He'll be back
Awesome.
to go.
Awesome.
He had a meniscus. We thought we had a meniscus, but it turns out it wasn't as bad as we thought. So we decided to give him a week off based upon the advice from Houston and all the medical staff that they provide and our trainers. So going forward, we're pretty healthy. Like I said, they just do such a good job of keeping us right, giving us, the good advice and the rehab and all the things we do. Then, of course, Beth Bone over there at Bone Rehab.
Oh, yeah, you can't forget about Beth.
Yeah, Beth does a good job getting those players, and they will tell you about it. She gets those guys right, and she's almost like the not the dog whisperer, but the therapy whisperer. And we want to make sure we wish Beth a happy recovery. She had hip surgery, and so now she can do therapy on herself.
That's right. Beth, get well soon, please.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We need her, and Bill Jones over there. So if you need therapy, definitely go over there to see Bone Rehab. They do a great job.
I have to add into this, we've got the folks over there at the Hangout. We got to give credit where credit's due to the folks
Nikki.
over the Hangout. Yes.
Yes, Thursday nights. I think the players went up there on Thursday nights.
Yeah.
I can't remember which night is, don't kill me, Nikki, which night is trivia night. But go up there for lunch. The food is great. You got to try the Cuban.
Oh, my God. The Cuban is off the chain.
Got to try the Cuban at the Hangout. And but they're the first down. And I heard
Absolutely.
it.
You heard that, yeah.
I heard it.
Got to give it up for All-State completions.
The All-State completions with Sean McGarrett up there at All-State and North. I love all our sponsors. I'm not talking about it to keep blowing them up, but they're all just good small businesses in Columbus, and that's what makes us a great city. Columbus and Phoenix City, the more you're around it, the more you see these people and how hard everybody works.
Yeah.
And it's a good product.
Huge product.
Sean McGarrett is a great agent for Allstate, and they do they're good people.
That's right.
Nikki at the Hangout, it's good food.
It is.
It's really good food, and it's a first down every time.
There you go at the Hangout. Triangle Wholesalers, that was a new one that I
They've
spoke
been around
about.
a while.
Have
Coors
they?
Light. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Coors Light, yeah.
Yeah, Triangle's been around for a long time.
Oh, my goodness. These guys here?
They're laughing at me.
I'm sure.
You can't. I'm to be honest. We can't keep this on the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't keep in my office. My office is a rotating. Come into the refrigerator, grab a supercharge.
Supercharge.
The players are, where's the supercharge? My son's, where's the I think it's a blueberry pomegranate or whatever it's called, because it's a new flavor coming out. Supercharge. You know, everywhere we go, it's Coach, we have enough supercharge. So whatever they're doing a good job. It's a great product, great supporter. Of course, Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
Those guys with the Mountain Dew. I love Mountain Dew. God, keep it away from me.
Just a host of people that help support the staff and help support Lion Nation, because we'd be remiss if we would not.
I didn't think we were going to make it through a show without you saying that word.
I got to coin that phrase, Coach.
It is coined.
Coach, let's get into, finally, last but certainly not least, our players of the game. When we look at what we got going on here, we've got the Midas Touch
Player of
the game. Who's that guy, Coach?
Kyle Griswood.
Why Kyle?
Because he intercepts passes, he runs in touchdowns, and he sells popcorn at halftime.
And he does flips.
Kyle, we got the ball on the 2-yard line. Of course, Quavon didn't play. And I'm like, what are we going to do? Out of nowhere. We haven't even practiced it. I yelled, bring me Kyle Griswood. We threw him on the field, tossed the ball to him, he scored.
Wow.
Mr. Everything. So
the versatility of that guy.
Yeah.
And he's a Columbus homegrown native.
Shaw University.
Shaw University. Awesome. Then we got the Sprague Snapper catch of the game. Coach, who is that talent?
Great catch by Tristan Pureford. That was a big play in the game.
Yeah.
When he threw the ball, I was like, there's no way he's getting that. There's no way. And Tristan just, stepped on the gas, and he dove and caught it and rolled. And I love his little touchdown dance. He spears it out in the middle of the field. So it was a good job by Tristan, and it was a great catch, man. Great catch.
Now, this is an interesting one right here. The collision surgeon hit of the game. Who is that guy, Coach?
You brought it up earlier.
I did bring it up earlier, yes.
It's Charmon Fortson, the wide receiver. He stiff-armed that poor DB and flat-backed him. That was pretty bad. He did it so hard that the next time he did it, they threw a flag on him.
That's right. They did throw a flag
So the
on
wide receiver got the hit of the game. That one's a first. I love it.
Man, just exciting activity. Then we've got the supercharged offensive player of the game, Coach.
Oh, Mason Espinosa.
I just love to say his name.
5 touchdowns, 225 passing, 70% completion, no interceptions, wins the game. He continues to put himself, to me, as probably one of the top quarterback in the league.
Absolutely.
If anybody else has stats to prove it, I'd be curious. I know other teams are running no huddles and trying to hurry up and score to boost stats, but at the end of the day, the passing efficiency and completion percentage is what really matters.
It does.
Yards mean nothing.
That's right.
To be honest with you.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah. Yards don't mean anything.
That's right. Then we've got, Coach, the Air Force Defensive Player of the Game.
Tyler Stevenson. What a talent. What a talent. Great game. 4.5 tackles, a couple pass breakups. I mean, he was kind of all over the place. There could have been, the whole defense could have been player of the game. I had to pick one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys that got after it. So some great guys, great awards. They all deserved it. And Kyle Griswood got the National and Arena League's Defense Player of the Week.
Congratulations, Kyle. Honor well deserved.
I mean, we've had 2 games, and twice we've had a player on our team be Player of the Week for defense, which shows you how good the defense is.
Absolutely. Coach, we had a phenomenal post-game celebration. We did, and I had the pleasure, first time ever, and I appreciate the honor of being able to do the silent auction, which really wasn't so silent, because I like to run my mouth, and others were having a good time. We were able to auction off jerseys, those wonderful jerseys in conjunction with Military Appreciation Night. Awesome jerseys, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a company out of Mike Clark from Lehigh Valley actually gave us a contact for a jersey company. And this guy, and his name's Nick, he's doing our Cancer Awareness Night jerseys again.
Oh, cool.
Those jerseys were awesome.
Yeah.
That was the best military jerseys I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
They were pretty, boy.
And the fan support. I mean, we were starting bids off at $150 for jerseys, and I think at one time it even got as far as over $400.
Yeah. So we're writing a check this week out to Wounded Warrior.
Yeah.
To give that back. So we did a big check for almost $1,200 to Smith Station Soccer. We're heading out to Wounded Warrior, write them a check this week. We're writing another check to Columbus Youth Soccer. We're writing a check to Glenwood School. So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
If we can
Giving
do that.
back. Giving back. We are stewards of our community.
Yep.
Good stewards, I might add. Coach, anything we may have omitted?
Well, I would be remiss
Oh, there it is.
if I didn't mention my buddy Daryl Free. My buddy Daryl Free watches this show
Is that right?
from out there in Montgomery. He's the athletic director at Edgewood School,
Okay.
a rival school, Glenwood. Won't place on the schedule. But Daryl's a good friend of mine, great arena friend, and I was supposed to give him a shout out, and he watched the whole show. He said, Coach, I watched that whole show
Wow.
just to hear you give me a shout out, and you didn't say nothing. So Daryl, I'm giving you a shout out.
You got a shout out.
You're doing a great job down there at Glenwood. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Edgewood. Now he's going
Edgewood.
to kill me. You're doing a good job there in Edgewood. He's the basketball coach. He's turning that whole thing around. And I appreciate your friendship, and I appreciate you watching the show, man.
That's huge. Well, Lion Nation, we ask that you continue to support this show right here with CTV Beam, our partners. Hey, it gets no greater. I don't think there's a better show. I don't think there's a better host. I don't think there's a better co-host, if there's such a thing. I've got this guy right here. He's a winner. We're a winner. Lion Nation, we're all winners. Great to be a winner. If you're not first, you ain't nothing. Where'd that come from?
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. Lion Nation, we appreciate your support. Continue to support Lion Nation. Lion Nation is right here, right in the Tri-City area. Our next home game, as a matter of fact, Saturday, May 12th, right before Mother's Day. Hey, it's a perfect Mother's Day gift. Get your mom down to the jungle. She'll enjoy it. I promise you, she will. 7 o'clock is game time. We play against the Carolina, who is that, Coach?
Carolina Cobras.
Carolina Cobras. There's no venom in the jungle. I'm sorry. But hey, we'll talk about that another time. Thank you for tuning in right here. CTV Beam, Lion Nation, Roar Time, coming right back at you. See you again soon. Take care.